This is so great. You haven't worked all week. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hey, y'all. Hey, friends. Hey, y'all. Happy Wednesday. How y'all feeling and carrying on? Hey, friend. How are you? It is such a delight to be able to FaceTime you in this hour. Hey, y'all. I'm so excited to chat with y'all again. Yeah, I'm starting to like this live thing. I really struggled with it because it requires you to really show up, okay? And it's a challenge sometimes, but I'm excited to talk to y'all. I have so much I want to share with you guys. Yesterday, we did a live about this time, and we talked about 3 things to help us gain and maintain healthy relationships. It was so good, and now I feel led to do it again. Child, I'm going to share some of God's secrets that he shared with me that I feel like will benefit you guys, to be a blessing to y'all. I want to ask you, if you're in your 30s, what is your 30s teaching you? To everybody here, what is your 30s teaching you? I want to know. Tell me in the comments, what are you currently learning in your 30s? And if you're not in your 30s, tell me what you're learning. Share your lesson. I think so many people think that they're by themselves because not enough of us share. So we'll make up for it today, friend. You missed yesterday, we'll make up for it today, girl. But I want to know, and I'm gonna start sharing with you guys where I am. I'm going to be 35 this fall in November, and there's so much that God has revealed to me recently, and I'm going to share some of those things with y'all. Thank you, friend. I appreciate the gift. I really do appreciate that, friend. Thank you so much. TikTok is still very new to me. That's why I'm taking so long to type this in. Yesterday it wasn't pinned the comment. Today it's not pinned in the comment. But we're gonna pray, TikTok. We're gonna try to see. Did it pin it the last time? I think it pinned. I don't know if it pinned or not. I hope that it pinned. Are y'all seeing it pinned? Let me see. Nope, it says it couldn't pin it. We'll keep trying. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey, YouTube. YouTube! Where y'all come from? Where's T? Hey, friend. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, I really appreciate you guys. I don't know if I can pin on YouTube. Do y'all know? I don't know. Y'all tell me if I can, because I don't think I can. That's something I probably should learn. Y'all continue to pray with me. Somebody said you can. Let me see. How you do that, friend? Hold on. Because now I'm invested. I don't know how to do it, friend. I think I'm gonna waste too much time for my live trying to figure it out too. Hey, y'all. I'm so excited. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Listen, y'all. Listen. What am I currently learning in my 30s? Okay, let me see what y'all just said. Because, see, I'm ready to learn from y'all, too. We are here together. We are in this together. What are you learning? Or if you're not in your 30s, what did your 30s teach you? I want to know. I want to know. Brandon, if you're here, YouTube is working today. Y'all, YouTube has not worked all week. We don't know what's been going on, but it's working today, and I'm excited. That every relationship isn't meant to last. Ooh, child, that is so true. To slow down and enjoy things. I love that. To slow down. Because why are we rushing everything? Why are we not taking in the moment? Why are we not taking pictures? You know? Is anybody on YouTube gave me something yet? And In my 50s, what I've learned is friendships with a solid, authentic foundation of love last through seasons of change and through both of your lives. That is absolutely true. That's from somebody in their 50s. They're way smarter than us, guys. We got to listen. I was telling a friend earlier that sometimes the people who have made the worst decisions can give you the best advice. Because they understand, they have the experience that has been a beautiful teaching to them. And so we can learn and we can listen to them. That's not to say that everybody who is older than us are failures. But I'm really delighted to read this new book by Kev on Stage. I don't know if you guys have gotten into it yet. Thank you, nephew. But it's called Successful Failure. It has my wheels turning. I cannot wait to get it in my hands. JT says, patience. Things happen on God's timing, not yours. Be still and God will answer your prayers. Absolutely, friend. And y'all know what, too? Let me tell you this, what I'm starting to do in my good old 30s. Be delusional. You're only delusional and crazy until it happens. Whatever you want, and I got this advice from my husband, and I'm so grateful that he's my husband. Work it like a job. Whatever you want to be your job, start working it like it's a job. Whatever that is, work it like it's a job. If that means you want to do full-time content creation, that you gotta show up, you gotta schedule that content, you gotta make it, you gotta work it like it's a job. And if you already have a job, let that job fund the job that you want. Like, just start doing it. Like, really start to do it. Get into it. That's one thing. I don't think a lot of us, hey friend, I'm glad you caught it too. I don't think a lot of us realize life isn't linear and there's beauty in it. That is so true, friend. Life is not linear at all. And I think that sometimes leads us to disappointment because we're thinking, hey mom, because we're thinking that life looks this one way and this is the order of things. Okay, like I graduate high school, I go to college, I get a job, I retire, I die. If I'm married, I raise kids, and whatever that looks like for their lives, and they kind of repeat the same cycle. But life is not linear. Your life may not look like the next person. In fact, I think a lot of us need to get used to the fact that our lives don't look like nobody else's life in our families. Hi, it's Keisha Nash. That is the truth. That our lives may not look like anybody else's lives in our families. And that is okay. It does not mean something is wrong with you. It does not mean something is wrong with you. Sometimes we can feel like, because everybody is thinking we're delusional, everybody is feeling some kind of way about the way that we're moving, or it's odd to them because we're doing something that goes against the grain, that we're not equipped or prepared or knowledgeable enough to carry out the things that God has given us to. And that is the furthest thing from the truth. Like, you got everything you need. And I think, let me share this with you. I think the humility comes in when you realize, I don't have everything I need, yet I have everything I need. You get what I'm saying? Like, I still have everything I need. God is not a God of lack. And if you decide you're going to execute a certain thing, you're going to stick to it, you can always trust that God is going to meet you there. I think a lot of times God is showing up, but we're not showing up. We're not doing our part. When you really think about the strengths you have, are you using all of your strengths? Are you? Thank you, friend. Are you using... YouTube is wild. Bless God. Go to oil it. But listen, are you using... Let's just talk today. As your friend, I want to ask you this. Are you really using all of your strengths? When you think about the life you want it right now, and the things you desire, even as a child, when you dreamed big, when you thought about the things you wanted. Thank you, friend. Workout girl. I be working out. Yep, working out. When you think about the things you wanted, friend, okay? What's keeping you from actually achieving them? Because it's not too late. You still got breath in your body. It's not too late. But are you actually executing the things that you can? When you think about it, I just told a friend earlier, I said, girl, you are pretty. You're not even using that to your advantage. People would love to just look at you. You're not even using that. Like, seriously. What are you doing, friend? Friend said fear is holding me back. That's a lot of people's issues. That's a lot of us. I got some advice over here. Friend said, I'm in my 40s and learning that personal communities and relationships go through a pruning process. I love that. But fruitfulness and another level of growth will proceed. I love that. I feel like, friend, I've experienced the pruning process where I thought the relationship would end with the person, but actually the offense actually developed a lot in me. I'm so serious. It was a pruning process, and God needed me to experience that so that I could be able to teach things like the Mean Girl Manual that I've written, so I can be able to teach those things, but not just at surface level, but in depth, to give people real tools to navigate growing in relationships. I think that is so important. You know what I mean? So important. But yes, when you think about your strengths, what are the things that you could be implementing each and every day that you are not necessarily using? I'm saying this to you because a lot of us don't realize that we already got what we need, that we're already at an oversupply, that we already have more than enough. I'm so serious. A lot of us have everything we need right in our houses to get started. And I think about like beautiful people that we've watched God literally change their lives in a matter of what seemed to us a moment, but we know they've been on a journey. I think about all of those people and how they used what they had. Use what you got. And if you just start with what you got, then can you imagine where you will be by the end of this year? Like, this month is almost over. So let's say we got 5.5 months left of 2025. Can you imagine if you actually used the iPad that you got? Sometimes money can be an issue, but still, what can you do? What do you have in your house that you can use to add money to you? You already holding a phone. What can you be doing to actually see your dreams become a reality? Friend said consistency. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody's, let me see. No. I have so much in me in an area of writing. A married with 5 kids is overwhelming to get done. I understand that, friend. But when you think about the pockets of peace you have and the things that you can do, whether that is getting up early before everybody else gets up. Hey, friend. Whether that's getting up before everybody else gets up, whether that's you deciding that regardless of you being tired, you're going to persevere. I'm going to write at least 1 paragraph today. What does that look like? How do I stay motivated, friend? That's a really good question. I don't usually get people to interview me, but I really appreciate that question. I'll share this with you. I know that I don't have a choice. So whether I'm motivated or not, I'm showing up. I want what I want so bad. I did not want to do this live. Can I just be honest with you? I wish I could show you guys a screenshot of my text messages to my husband. I said, I'm going home because I said, honestly, I could go get BJ and then I could go be done for the day. I'm already out, whatever. Then I said, I got to keep working it. I got to keep working. I got to get it. You know what I mean? I got to keep showing up. This is what I want to do. I want to serve people. And that means I got to do it even when I don't necessarily feel good. Right? Even when I'm fine, right? But I just didn't feel like coming to talk. I can always talk, but just to be honest, I didn't want to do it. I wanted to stop for today. That's what I'm saying. For me, there's no choice. I gotta do it if I want to see my life change. And I'm not. And my things aren't. The things I want ain't necessarily for my life to change. I'll show y'all my journal right here. I told God I owe my parents bought a house last year. And they paid a great deal of money to get into their house, all the things. And I'm like, God, I want to pay them back. Call me crazy. I want to pay them back. I will. Brandon's doing good, friend. He doing good. I take care of him. He's doing good. But listen, seriously, Now, friend, yes, thank you. I can't read your comment out loud. Ooh, friend. it. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. But listen, I feel like we're in a season, y'all, where we have got to get past even the motivation point. I posted a transformation picture on my Instagram earlier, and I said, friend, you gotta stop sleeping on yourself, because a lot of people, we're just sleeping on ourselves. And I'm not just talking about in the area of fitness. I'm talking about what God is putting you, the ideas that you have, the things that you should have already started implementing and executing. And you didn't. I'm talking about simple things. Some of us, it was and is as simple as hitting the start button. You got investors. You got the friends that's gonna help you really get it done. You got the connections already. You're afraid of the work that it's gonna require of you. You're afraid of the effort that it's gonna require of you, because it's calling you to a new level and calling you to operate differently than you ever have before. You're afraid to hit go. But hitting go is how you're really gonna see how life changes for you in the best way when you do. You know? I'm not sure what happened to Instagram, y'all. She died. But you're going to see life happen for you. Supernatural things happen when you start doing what is natural to you. Do something in the natural and you'll see God move supernaturally. You get what I'm saying? Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. But you just got to trust that regardless of... Thanks, friend. Not start over. That's funny. I love you. That is my kind of personality. Like, you know what? Start this live over. Friend, we're just talking about the things we've learned and the things we need to implement from the things we've learned. That's what we're talking about. Instagram just went dead. They probably mad at me over there. I'm sure they're going to come. But, hold on. They probably got a whole attitude. But listen. We're just talking about the things that we learned, particularly in our 30s, and how it is so important for us to implement the things that God has called us to. Because that is ultimately the only thing that is holding us back. Thank you for the gift, friend. I really appreciate that. A lot of us have everything we need, yet we keep thinking about everything we don't need and everybody we don't have. If you needed those people, they would have never walked away. That's what it is. If you needed those relationships, you would have them. That's what it is. If you actually needed them, you would. And I think we keep focusing on what we don't have and not on what we actually have. And if we were to change our perspective, we would see our lives change supernaturally. We really would. So no, I'm for the person who asked that, I'm kind of past being motivated. I really am. Gotta pass the, hey Quiana, I'm really past being motivated. It's a discipline for me at this point. It's like either I'm gonna get it or it won't be got. I'm gonna keep showing up. Yeah, I don't know how to do TikTok very well, but y'all giving me gifts. I can't get the gifts if I don't show up. I don't know who that's for, but that is prophetic. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I can't receive what God has for me if I don't show up. That is prophetic. It's happening. I'm getting a download. Who am I that you would speak to me? Who am I that you would be mindful of me? Goodness. That's it, y'all. Every time God give me a revelation like that, I'm like, ah! That's crazy. I hope that bless somebody. You can't get what God has for you if you don't show up. There's an ETA. You need to hear me when I say this. There's an ETA. There's an estimated time of arrival. You have got to stop playing around. Okay? I'm in my 30s, friend. I should say I'm 55. I'm 55. How I look. That's what Brandon's uncle does. Brandon's uncle will tell everybody he's 75 so they can say, you look so good. He is crazy. So yeah, I'm 65. I'm 65, period. But listen, y'all, you got to show up, friend. You got to show up. How can you receive it if you don't show up? And you letting the small hindrances keep you from showing up, like being into it with your mama, or your friend not liking her idea, or coming across weird to people. If you keep letting the people you familiar with keep you from going into unfamiliar territory, you ain't gonna never meet the thousands of strangers or the simple one stranger God has for you to change your life. You're not gonna meet them. You gotta get up. Most time people, let me just share this with you, because a lot of you asking the wrong people for help. I just feel that in my spirit. You asking the wrong people for help. You're asking the wrong people for help. I'm gonna keep saying it again. It's not that nobody wants to help you. You're asking the wrong people for help. Thank you for the gift, friend. You're asking the wrong people for help. Because sometimes people who are familiar with you don't want to see you other than how they've seen you, how they found you. They don't want to see you differently than that. So if that means you want to move to a new city, your uncle or your mama or whoever may not want to help you move to the new city, not because they don't have the resources to help you. That's a good question, friend. We're going to come back to that one. Come on now. That's my kind of friend. Friend said, are you helping yourself? Hello, somebody. That's church right there. Are you helping? Because we're going to come back to that one. But, when they want to see you comfortable, when they want you within their comfort zone, they may not help. You may be asking the wrong people for help. You may be asking the wrong people to get it, to understand that you have a vision. You're asking people who aren't visionaries to understand the vision. Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. They may not necessarily get it. They don't mean ill. They don't, they don't have bad intentions. They just don't necessarily understand what God has called you to, and so therefore they're not supporting it. Not because they don't want to see you do well, but because they are very familiar with you. Hey, Bill. But because they're very familiar with you. So let me just say this. I know it may sound crazy, but friend, a lot of the opportunities I've gotten, I just emailed a stranger. I just talked to a stranger. I did an episode with one of my friends, Drea Nicole in Atlanta. She talks about how she shot the cover of Essence magazine. It was a long time dream of hers. Do you know how she got it? She went through all these black established magazines like Jet, Essence, and some more. And she found their whole staff, and she emailed everybody her bio and what she could do and all the things. One person, I think, responded to her DM. It's on YouTube. You got to go watch it. It's on my YouTube. It's season 3, episode 12. I might be right. I think it's season 3, episode 12. Okay. So she goes through, and one person emails her back. It takes a while for anything else to happen after that. Okay. One person just happens to reach out or DM her back or something like that. So in time, about a year or so later, she runs into, I think it was the vice president. They still didn't invite her to shoot the cover. This person asked her did she want to hang out when they shot it in New York. She said, sure. She just, this is a great networking opportunity. Why wouldn't I? And she went. Eventually, she ended up shooting the cover of Essence magazine. Why am I sharing this with you? You feel stupid sending them emails. Do you understand what I'm saying? You understand what, like, you gonna feel a little bit stupid sitting there sending them emails around the people. We're talking about trusting God. This is for the delusional people. If you don't have a vision, if people around you ain't questioning if you're okay or not, this ain't for you. You don't get it. This is a heavenly language. Okay, you ain't gonna get it. But if you're a person who's you really want to experience the supernatural, you want to see God move in your life in such a way that does not just impact your life, but other people's lives that are connected to yours, then you'll get it. But if you don't get it, you don't get it. You understand what I'm saying? So, but listen, you feel kind of crazy reaching out to people, emailing all those people, and that's what I'm saying. You feel kind of weird doing it. You feel like, it's a waste of time. It is not. Everything that you've done, you're going to reap it. Listen, that's what I'm trying to get you to see. All I'm saying is sometimes it's just delayed gratification. It's coming. It may not come how you wanted it to come. It may not come how you thought it would come or who you thought it would come through, but it's still coming. And if you can hear me, I just want to be your friend and speak over your life today. It's still coming. That's it. It's still coming. Type it in the comments. It's still coming. Let's just speak it over each other. It's still coming. It's still coming. Regardless. Hey, Kitty. Hey, Kitty. It's really simple. Sometimes, too, I think it's environmental. It's environmental. You get around people, and they're talking normal. Thank y'all for typing it in. Like, they talking normal. You know what I'm saying? And when you start talking about, I want to invest in this property because I want to develop that land over there. I feel like I can put about 20 houses over there. And you talking like this when you got $100. That ain't for everybody. You can't talk like that. They don't get it. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Joy, they won't get it. But you can talk, but people like me, you can talk. See, some of us, I feel like it's some more people like me on here. You can talk to us like that. I want you to type in the wildest thing. Type it in. Whether you planned on emailing a magazine staff today to let them know who you are and what you're capable of doing, or if you just decided today I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Because for what I'm doing, I want to be marketable in the way that I want to show. I want to show up in a way that I feel comfortable. I feel good. I don't want to be saying I'm confident, but I don't feel healthy. Like, I want to feel good. Whatever that thing is, I want you to type it in. Tell me. I want to know. Open up my own sand retirement home. I think I get that. You want to open up a retirement home. I celebrate that. Okay, congratulations. Open up my own daycare. Congratulations. Purchasing my first property overseas. Congratulations. Lose 45 pounds and cut my hair. Congratulations. Congratulations. I do, friend. I do. Come on, y'all. I love this kind of care now. Let's care around together. Come on, y'all. What you want to do? Let's talk about it. What you want to do? Friend said, faith without works is dead. Period. All God is asking you to do is show up. Friend said, start the podcast. What are you waiting on? You got your phone in front of you. You think it need to look like Friend Fusion and let me tell you this. It's so funny about Friend Fusion. And for those of you who may not know what Friend Fusion is, that is my show. That is my talk show, Friend Fusion. It is doing well, and I thank God for it, especially for those of you who are subscribed on YouTube and subscribed to my Patreon community. I'm so grateful. But listen, friend, I moved my dining room table. That's where I started. I moved my dining room table, and I borrowed somebody else's cameras. Use what you got. Use what you got. Use what you got, friend. Expand my social media platform on TikTok. I was supposed to go live, and here you are. Start! I'm hollering at you. Yes, I'm hollering at you. Start. What are you waiting on? What is the issue? What you waiting on? Come on, you just spent 2 hours scrolling, watching other people's content, and you ain't post. That's crazy work, friend. That's crazy work. It's crazy work. You gotta get to 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 work. Friend said, I appreciate y'all so much. I started Friend Fusion because the Lord told me to. I had broken up with one of my friends, and you know, a friendship really does feel like a breakup when it ends, right? And my friend and we had broke up. Let me just tell you though, I want to just say that we're going to be celebrating my friend's birthday that I had to break up with this weekend. God restored our friendship. And so in the restoration of our friendship, in the maturation of my heart, I had matured in my heart and in my mind. I felt like God wanted me to share this, that people needed to know that we don't just separate, but God can divinely cause us to reconcile some relationships. So I think we do a very good job at saying it's over, I'm in a new season and all of this, but my heart was heavy because I didn't handle my friend right? I just didn't handle her right. That's my truth. You know, I don't teach friendship from a place of perfection. I teach it from a place of failure. And I was praying about my relationship with my friend. The Lord had caused us to reunite. We had a conversation, a very lengthy conversation. We talked about things and we whatever. And through effort and just time and God's goodness and grace on us, our relationship was reconciled. And through the reconciliation of our relationship, I just wanted to share with other people that God is a God of restoration. Like even in your friendships, right? And I don't know who this is speaking to today, but I want to encourage you to know that God is a God of restoration, even in your friendships, even if it's with your mom, even if it's with a sibling, a former coworker or something like that. Okay, I do, friend. It's called Trusted Talks with Trin. The link is in my bio on Instagram, or you can just go to YourFriendTrin.com. But I wanted to share that, and I was praying about our friendship. God help me to be a better friend this time around. Don't let me hurt my friend. Because let me tell you guys, when you realize the impact you have on people, I just started saying, I don't want nobody else. And this is my prayer. This is my God knows prayer. This is me talking to God. I don't want nobody else to experience me and got to go and heal from me. Literally got to go and heal from experiencing me. You know what I'm saying? I love that, friend. You should do it. You should do it. You should learn CPR. You should teach it. You never know why we have these desires. Like, it seems so random, but you just never know how God will use you or a person you teach to save a life or lives. You just don't know. Seriously, I think you need to execute that today. You need to go ahead and make the call, send the email, do something. But it is my prayer, y'all. I start saying, I don't want nobody else to have to heal from experiencing me. Because I'm sure I set my friend on a healing journey. And that don't feel good, you know? It just don't feel good. And so, but by the grace of God, my friend forgave me, and I'm grateful that she saw fit to forgive me. And I forgave her. We moved forward, all the things. And I wanted to share that, and that's what Friend Fusion is all about. Friend Fusion, the mission of Friend Fusion is to cancel culture. And for me, I feel like I would cancel relationships in a second. I was avoiding. I didn't want to be bothered. Like, whatever. I was dismissive, all the things. And the Lord was just calling me to be better, calling me higher. And I wanted to share that with the world. And that's what I'm doing. I teach people every day the value of other people. Because I think we got value in a lot of things. We talk about property. We talk about these investments. And we don't think about how important it is to love and value and honor other people. And a lot of us are not understanding why our lives are so jacked up. It's because you're missing it. You're missing it. The most valuable thing to God, if you really want to prick the heart of God, the most valuable thing to God is not the trees. Read the scriptures. It's not the trees, not the animals, not the birds. The most valuable thing to God is his people. And if you really want if you really want a life hack, do you hear me? Do you feel me? If you truly want a life hack, you've got to start honoring people. You do. You do. Hey, friend, thank you for coming on for the first time. I appreciate you clicking on this live with this stranger that you don't know. I appreciate that so much. Hey, friend, how are you? We share the same name. Hey, how are you? I'm serious, though. You have got to start, you've got to start honoring people. And when you start to honor people, you will see your life change. What about the other side of that, when you value people a little too much? Can you value people too much? Can you see, love, and honor humans too much? I mean, as long as you're not trying to make them have the place of God, you're not trying to, as long as you're not trying to get them to take God's place, or you're requiring them to show up. In the scriptures, I think it's in 2 Kings, Naaman wants to be healed of leprosy, and he goes to the king, and the king tears his garments, because he's like, who am I that you would ask that of me? Am I God? What you saying? Am I God that you would ask me to heal you? And I think sometimes we put so much pressure on people, asking them to show up in a way for us. I'm so glad, friend, that you stumbled up on this page too. But I think we ask people to show up for us in a way that only God can. And that's why we feel so empty. And that's why the void that we have is not being filled, because we're asking people to do something that they're incapable of doing. They're just simply incapable of doing. But my relationships got better, number one, when I prioritized God. And I asked God to teach me how to be a better friend. Because I grew up in a very dysfunctional household. Dysfunctional, loving household. Loving. Always had what we need. Always had, for instance, how do you guys handle betrayal from family? I think you let them. I'm going to finish that, though. I'm going to come back to that, friend. Listen, grew up in a very dysfunctional household. And I said, I don't want to keep living like this. This is tacky. Always being super aggressive when somebody disagree with you. And God just literally exposed me to different people when I started to see that something was wrong with me, that this is not normal. Like, I had to let my friends help me. People used to be like, girl, that's not necessary. Girl, you don't talk to people like that. Girl, that's not how you do that. Because I thought I could handle everybody like I handle people in my household. I thought everybody was aggressive like this. I thought everybody slammed doors and do stuff. No. Something's wrong with you. And I don't know who needs to hear this today, but let your friends help you. Let them people help you. You don't know. They're not trying to act like they're better than you. They're trying to get you to be better. Get out of your own head. Thank you, friend. Get out of your own head. Okay? Because, child, those are very good friends. Especially people who criticize you, but don't make you feel bad about yourself. They criticize you, but they call you higher. It's like, okay. They're like, you better than that. You can't tell you better than that. You need to know you better than that. You could do better. Okay, yeah. Not people who like, you a trash. You little. I'm talking about those really good friends that's like, come on in my quarters. Don't try to embarrass you in front of other people. Love those friends. Those people who try to embarrass you in front of other people, run quickly. Quickly! Okay? Quickly. But friend, how do you handle betrayal from family members? You know, I've really experienced this to a minimum. So I'll share this with you. I had a family member who would try to perpetuate this idea that we were into it, right? We had not had a problem, okay? We had not had an issue. The only issue we had is that I said no. They asked me for something, and I said no. Hey, Joyce, Instagram cut off earlier. I'm sorry, y'all. But the only issue we had is that I said no. And because I said no, they felt some kind of way. So they started acting like something was going on between us. And one of my older family members reached out to me and said, hey, what's going on with you and what's now? I'm like, what's going on? What happening? What's up? So when people can't control you, what they try to do is control what other people think about you. Take that with you today. When people can't control you, they try to control what other people think about you. Hey, friend, how are you? Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's that. And I had to, you know what? I just had to say, okay, it's fine. Like, when you decide you're going to live well, especially from dysfunctional families, you're going to have to learn that grieving is about to be your new normal. You're going to grieve and it's going to be your new normal, because you're not going to have those relationships with people that you thought you were going to have. Because everybody don't want to be better. Everybody don't want to have the conversations. Some people just want to treat you bad, and then on Thanksgiving, hey, girl, how you doing? No. And when you say no, when you start actually, requiring people to show up in a way that just makes sense, you ain't trying to control nothing. You just saying, y'all, that's not okay. You going to be by yourself. That's why I started the Patreon community. For people like me who need a little family. And I have a great family, don't get me wrong. But I just feel like and that's patreon.com/YourFriendTrin, because TikTok wouldn't let me pin it. Jared Jalen Ford. Hey, friend, it would let me pin it. But listen, I just had to accept that I was not going to have specific kind of relationships with certain people. I thought because I was the only girl, I would be closer to some of my older brothers. And like the way that life is just flipped all upside down, I'm closer to one of my brothers than I ever thought I would be. And we weren't not close earlier on in life, but they were just so much older than me and my other siblings. Like my mama had 2 sets of kids. She had 4 kids, and then she let my daddy convince her to have more. Don't never let a man do that to you. Take it from my mom. She loved us, took good care of us. You done already closed up the shop. Don't let that man, because that's when he walked out and left her with them. Don't do that, friend. I'll look at my mama now and be like, girl, why would you do something like that? Like, but anyway, I'm here now. So I had to get here. The Lord knew that I had to be her daughter, and I'm so glad. But grieving is going to be a natural part of the process. When you start healing, when you start taking accountability, when you start requiring people to show up in a certain way, when people can't do with you what they do with everybody else, you gonna grieve. You gonna grieve. And now I'm telling you, like, I'm just constantly, I'm almost 35, and I'm just sitting in that, like, if you're going to grow, if you're not going to normalize people's dysfunction and all of that stuff, you're going to grieve. You're going to grieve. It's a natural part of the process. And so, and I've normalized grieving in a very healthy way. Like, I realized, like, I didn't experience you to carry the hurt that you caused me. I experienced you so that I could grow in this area. So that I know how to extend grace to others, and I know how to navigate the complexities thereof. Like, I know that now. Like you got to learn to leverage the lesson so you don't be talking about people and what they did to you. But what did this bring you? What did this teach you? You know? Thank you, friend. I appreciate that. You know? I am not a therapist. I'm a friend who in relationship with God, and he my friend. And then I be trying to be a friend to the people that he's called me to be a friend to. That's it. That's it. But I'm done being delusional with y'all. I just want to encourage you to be delusional. I want to encourage you to, you know, go after it. I want you to remember that you are just a child. You're just a boy. You're just a girl. Like, seriously. And I think so many times as parents, as business owners, as all these things that we're navigating as adults, we forget that we just God's children. And that is a big deal. How many people can say God is their daddy? That they daddy own houses and land? How many cattle on the hill? Y'all ain't read y'all Bible. He walk on wet gold. How many people can say that? That's a flex. Your daddy is a king. What is it that you can... let me take y'all over to Esther real quick. Y'all know that Esther, she trying to save her lineage, right? And it's a very dangerous thing. I'm just gonna, you know, I feel like we're in the 4th chapter, friend. I don't know. Girl, just go read the whole book, though. Okay, listen. And in the chapter, Esther is telling the king about Haman and how Haman is planning to kill her family. And the king literally gets upset and he says, who would try that? I want to know who would touch mine. I feel this in my spirit on today. Fred, the king is like, who? I know you lying. Do they understand who they messing with? And I told my husband, I feel like this is so, this is how God wants us to view him. And so when Esther starts to ask him for these things continuously, right? He's like, just tell me what you want, I'll give it to you. Y'all missing it. Y'all is missing it. Friend, he said, just tell me what you want and I'll give it to you. What is it that you want? You want me to have Haman killed? What you want me to do? I'm gonna let y'all go read it because see, I see now. Thank you, Fred. I see now that I'm gonna be late picking up BJ if I get into this. But I need you to go read that thing, and I want you to imagine that you Esther, and God is the king, and he keep telling her, just tell me what you want. And every time she say what she want, he say, okay, granted. You are the child of a king. Now, granted, in Esther, she's married to the king, right? So, you know, she's the queen now, and all this stuff has happened. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. You gotta go read it. You gotta go read it. And I feel like we fail people as believers because we only open up the book of Esther to talk at women's conferences to talk about you know, how she takes on the danger of saving her lineage and the Jews and all of this. But we don't talk about how we don't use Esther to navigate offense and stuff like that. I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so rich. I want you to go read it. We reading Esther, friend. Oh, it's good. It's good. It tastes real good, friend. Thank you, friend. Thank you. But listen, I love y'all. I appreciate you guys so much. I want you guys to keep believing. I came here to spark your beliefs today. I just wanted to be that friend to you because I felt in my spirit that you needed that today, that you needed a friend to tell you to get up. You are the opportunity. Quit waiting on people to give you the opportunity. You are the opportunity. You got it. You got it. Your very existence is currency. You not believing that is hindering you. Use what you have. Okay, I got a new episode of Friend Fusion on YouTube with the one and only Kiara Shear. You guys can go check that out on YouTube today. To everybody watching over there, and everybody watching everywhere else, there's a new episode of Friend Fusion on YouTube. I want you to go watch it. It's called Confidence Without Permission. And I know a lot of you keep asking your family and friends for permission, and that's why you lacking confidence. Because you want people that's familiar with you to validate you. And sometimes they're the very people who won't. I ain't got to unpack that. I ain't got to even go, And then, Patreon. I released a new episode of Friend Fusion there yesterday that's exclusive to Patreon members only. Like Kiki's shows on YouTube now, but Patreon has had this show over a week ago now. So do me a favor and subscribe to my Patreon community. My Patreon community enables me to produce episodes of Friend Fusion. So if you guys are being blessed by my content, you see the clips of Friend Fusion that bless you, Patreon community is making it possible to make it happen. And so I encourage you to join the Patreon community. That's patreon.com/YourFriendTrin. If you're on YouTube, it's patreon.com/YourFriendTrin. If you're on Instagram, it's patreon.com/YourFriendTrin. If you're on TikTok, it's patreon.com/YourFriendTrin. And to the person who asked me today, what keeps me motivated, is that I know that if I don't show up in this way and talk and encourage people and just do what God has me to do because I just merely don't feel like it, then I won't get to the next level. And so I want you to remember, like, I wish I could share my screenshot with you guys of a message I sent my husband. I said, I don't feel like it, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go. And I came. And I hope that I bless some people. I know that I have. I can tell in the comments that I have. And I'm grateful for that. But I just want you to know that even when you see people like me, it ain't always motivation that got us here. It's discipline. And when you know where God has called you to and people he has called you to, you can't let how you feel hinder you from showing up. And before I go, I just heard in my spirit, it may not feel good to you, but it's good for you. I don't know who this for. I'm getting off of here. It may not feel good, but it's for your good. Okay, I'm going to get out. I'll see y'all in the Patreon community. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Patreon.com/YourFriendTrin. I appreciate y'all. Can't wait to see y'all in the Patreon community. See y'all later. Bye, y'all. Thanks, YouTubers. Finally, YouTube worked today, y'all. If y'all been on my